had a vision. You know, I thought about the reformatting the ski pole industry, and it came to me just all in one. I mean, it was like literally, it almost seemed like out of the clouds, these poles being handed down to me. I saw these bamboo shafts, and I saw these baskets that were cone shaped, and I saw these big samurai sword grips and these big long hemp straps, and it was just like clear as day. I mean, I just saw these things, and it was almost like Spirit said to me, "Here, you must do this project. It's really important for yourself and for humanity. Take this and go with it, please, now." Hey, I'm Tan Snowman. I am the chief of Panda Poles. I've been running this show for a few years now. Came up with the idea myself in 2008. But yeah, I'm at the head of this big tribe of awesome people, and it's an honor. When I got the vision, a big part of that was spreading a message. You know, it was like, these ski poles are really just a catalyst, or really just a seed, or an opportunity to spread a message. You know, there are certain things that in this day and age just are lifeless and soulless, and you can't feel them at all. And so when you do come across something that's got a little bit of soul to it, or a little bit of authenticity, people sense it, and they're really excited to be involved with something like that.
My name's Sander Hadley. I live here in Pocatello, Idaho. I was born and raised, and happy to be skiing in Pebble Creek. Growing up here, it was really cool to have Tanner Rosenthal skiing around, and then he went to Utah for a few years, started Panda Poles, and then brought it back here. And he brought back a ton of energy too, and that's really cultivated the local scene here to a higher degree. And it's cool to be a part of it. Trying stuff. So yeah, Panda Poles is family. It's local. It's home.
Hi, my name is Sarah Cathcart, and they call me Cat. Don't call me Kitty. Call me Cat. I answer to meows sometimes, but Panda Poles, it's funny because I'm a snowboarder, and there's really nothing that company has to offer me, and yet I still support it. Like, it's just what he does and how he does it, Tanner. He uses his product. He's environmentally awesome, and he supports the community he's in, and which is why I love Panda Poles, even though there's nothing that I use about Panda Poles. As far as the ski culture goes, we're all here to slide on snow. You definitely find family out here you never knew you had.
I don't know, babe. I might leave you up here and bring this one home with me.
So here's the deal. I'm Bo Farrow, High Council member of Panda Poles. The culture of Panda Poles is kind of just get after it. Don't stop, just keep going. Every day, all day, you know? Whether it be skiing or knitting, whatever you do, whatever your passion is, just get up every morning and get after it. That's kind of what Panda Poles is built behind, the drive that keeps it driving every morning.
My parents got me into skiing when I was just about 3 years old. I started skiing. My first time skiing was up at Targhee, and my dad ended up having to chase me into the trees, and it's basically how it's gone ever since then. But when skiing really started becoming something that was like a really important part of my life, I would say it was around age 9. I kind of started getting into jumping, and it clicked. I was like, this is really cool, man. You can feel weightless. So that's when I started really focusing on it as being my sport. And from age 9 on, I just got more and more deeply involved with it and in love with it until the point when I was 15 years old, competed in my first mogul event in Boise. It was at the First Security Games of Idaho, and came in first in my age category, as well as my friend Cody coming in first in his age category, the next one above me, and my friend John came in third below Cody. And after that, we decided to start the Pebble Creek Freestyle team. So when I was 16, helped start the Pebble Creek Freestyle team and spent a few years traveling around, going to events in the Intermountain West, competing in skiing. And that was when the initial concept of the importance of ski poles really hit me, or at least thinking about the sizing in a little different way, because traditional ski pole sizing has poles that are just really long in comparison to when you're skiing, how long they should be, whereas mogul skiing you're using short poles and to quicken your turn speed and reduce the amount of upper body rotation. Let's say Panda poles was a seed that got planted, and it's now growing into a plant that will hopefully be able to produce its own seeds. And then we take those seeds and we plant them and we grow more. So Panda poles is really just the beginning. It's the very first seed. I'd like to see this expand into organic and eco fashion. I'd like to have a farm in Oregon where we're growing hemp, alpaca, merino, and bamboo, and we're making all of our textiles out of that with beeswaxed hemp canvas, with bamboo, merino, and alpaca liners, and just really tee off on that whole aspect, because apparel is one of the most wasteful markets or industries on earth. There's so much waste and there's so many nasty chemicals used in the apparel industry. It really is a plastic world, and so many things are just made and not even thought about, and people have this stuff and they just use it and throw it away. And it's important that people start to understand that there are products and services and people out there that want to bring wholesomeness to everything they do, and that hasn't died. There's still, I wouldn't call it chivalry, but there is still authenticity on this planet, and we just want to grow that. We're not exclusivists, we're not all about like Panda poles only for skiers and our vibe is only for skiers. We're not about that. If you're having fun on the snow, if you're going out into recreation and increasing the amount of joy in your heart and you're really trying to make yourself a better person through these activities, you're doing it, and there's nothing else you really need to be doing. Like, if you have a smile on your face, you're doing it right. It really comes down to a spirit of perseverance and just like continuing through it, like no matter what, coming up to a wall, it's like, all right, time to either climb over this wall, dig under it, or drill through it, but I need to figure out a creative solution to getting past this. There are those days when I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna lose it. I feel like I'm gonna, like the company is gonna sink, or I'm just like, I'm gonna lose my mind trying to keep it afloat. And those days pass. I get to the next day and I'm like, oh, I was just having one of my days. And it happens, at least once a month. But there are the times when a customer says, just offers a little bit of, some support, some kindness, and says, hey man, what you do, it affects me. It makes me feel inspired to spread the word. I really, I want to be involved. That's all I have to hear, and I'm set for another 30 days. I won't have a meltdown for 30 days. But yeah, really just like knowing that there's people excited about what we're doing and that really get it. That means the world to me. So can't really think of anything else that is more important to this business.